Unruly Fam.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night. Wherever you are, we just would like to say, howdy do. And you're tuned into another episode of the UnrulyFAM Sports Podcast. As always, I'm Mr. AKA, he forgot what he was going to say next. AKA, man, why does he always have on a hat? AKA, big shoulders. AKA, not a big back. Your host, one of the three amigos, the three famigos, if you will, the three unruly famigos, if you will, Unruly A. And to my right, we got my boy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Boy D, man.
As always, this is your boy D, and you guys may notice that one of our third compadre is not with us. Pusha B, no relation, is handling some family matters, and we support him with all of that. Mm-hmm. But as he would tell us, the show must go on. And we're here to present you with the UnrulyFAM Sports Podcast. We know we were gone last week, had to handle some things, but we are back for week 6. And this here is our unruly rant for the week. I'm just kick it off like this. It's on me this week, so I'm just going to state, what are some things, D, that make you just be like, just make you irritated for like just something random that just irritates you?
It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
You can't narrow it down.
Be irritable, man.
Being irritable.
I hate being irritable. But nah,
wake up, the sun's up. Oh, that's wild.
Just the complaining, nagging.
Mm-hmm.
Can't deal with it.
Be a little more detail oriented.
Detail?
Yeah.
Got you.
Because certain people might watch and be like, is he talking about me? No, you just want to.
Probably was. Nah, just, you might ask somebody to do something, work set or something like that. And it's just excuses and, oh, no, this is this and this is that. It's a reason for everything. Like, man, no, just do what I ask you to do, man.
Yeah.
Simple.
Just simple. Just simple.
It's simple.
I don't like people like if you someone who complains being asked to do something. I have had my fair share of doing that. I have. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I'll do it, but like I'll do it with no type of remorse. Like I will do something like, and my mother can attest to this. My mother would be like, "Oh, can you help me with the groceries?" Right? When I was younger, right? And the whole time I'm talking under my breath, I'm like, man, she always needs something, man. This is crazy. Like, bro, you got a man. Like, that's my whole thing. You got a man, ask him, right? But then I start to realize, no, bro, you should be able to help your mother with no remorse. With no type of fanfare. I'm still going do that because that's generally my little course of action. But yeah, randomly complaining when you're asked to do something is just a headache. Especially if it's something that you have to do.
It's an excessive complaint. Yeah. It's not. I mean, people gonna complain. People gonna have things going
So somebody finding an issue with every single thing. Nitpicky is crazy. I'm not a fan of that. I can't get jiggy with it. It's not happening.
Not at all.
For me, other than silent letters, which we've already talked about, I hate silent letters, bro. I'm not a fan of silent letters. I'm not a fan of people who feel the need to excessively one up you. Like if you're telling like a sad story, right? Or if you're telling about something good that happened to you, somebody finds something to top what you do. Like man, I'm having bro. I got a homeboy who'll be like, if you having a bad day, I bet your day wasn't as bad as mine. Yeah. Like, I got a few guys like that I know that'll just
good or bad though. They're gonna up it good or bad.
Bro, there's no way we should be having a whose day is shittier competition. There's no way.
I got a couple of them like that.
Bro, man, I lost a parlay. Well, at least you ain't lose 7. Like, what? One, why are you betting that much? I'm never gonna FanDuel's website got a number for that, my boy. You gotta seek some different type of help. Don't get upset. But then I start thinking, I'm like, man, it ain't that bad. Because then that I feel a little better now that I know your day's a little bit shittier than mine. So that is the unruly rant of the
They be lying half the time.
Bro,
too.
half the time it's crazy. I like, they be lying like about, I would say about 75 to 80%.
Oh,
Like people be
man.
like, man, my dog got syphilis. Like it's just be like, what? Like I had to take my dog to the vet. Man, my dog got 2 feet left. When did that become a contest? And why did you keep a dog with 2 feet? It's crazy.
Be in the way, man.
No. And just to reiterate, my dog doesn't have syphilis. My homeboy's dog doesn't have syphilis. I just thought of the funniest disease I could give a dog.
Yeah.
And that's not funny for humans. But for a dog, you add it to an animal, it's just like, some of y'all might hate that. Y'all might comment.
No,
whatever.
yeah.
Whatever. It's just
Animal
a little funny
lovers.
to me. Man, so now on to Fam Talk. This week's Fam Talk, we're discussing week 5 because we missed week 4. Week 5's recaps. We're gonna kick it off like this. Let me know, D, what was the biggest win and the biggest loss of week 5?
Biggest loss is a toss-up for me.
Okay.
It got to be between the Bengals and the Niners. Like we've been talking with the narrative on them. Like, are they going to turn it around for the Bengals at some point?
But we keep saying it each week,
and
and
it's
like,
not happening.
but bro, we're almost at mid-season.
It's not clicking.
It's crazy,
like,
right, bro?
going
We're
on?
almost at mid-season. We're a couple weeks away from mid-season, and if they haven't turned it around by now,
It's like now they're gonna get it right this week, and it's like,
oh god, they got the weapons. That's all we keep saying. They got the weapons.
I don't know what's clicking over because it's not like they lost much.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, they returned a lot. I mean, I know their defense is not doing anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta turn it around or at least do something. Got to pull these close ones out.
Okay.
And the Niners, like we talked about earlier, they can't hold the lead
At all. At all. It doesn't matter who the opponent is either. Like if you stack up who they played,
Mhm.
and you're just like, if you're thinking of their season they had last season,
Yep.
because that's what we accumulate everything to, until the season's like
Yep.
really in full swing. If you look at the team they were last year, and then you look at the schedule they have this year, you would think they'd be almost like, if anything, they would have only lost a game.
It should be rolling.
A game. Like they should be
rolling.
legit 4-1. Like that in my mind. But then when you look at it, they're losing close games. I'll give them the one loss where everybody was hurt. And I think they won that game, which is wild. Like it's just a wild narrative. But now you got them sitting, what are they? They 2-3?
Yes.
They're 2-3. And on the other side of 500, and they're not as bad to me as the Bengals are. Because the Bengals low-key got given a win. They got given a win with the fumble.
Yeah.
And then you still didn't capitalize. There's no reason that you don't capitalize in a situation like that. When you're gifted a win. That's the problem that I have. You're gifted a win and you still find a way to lose.
Blowing leads.
Yeah. That's
the thing for me. Like,
yeah. So do you think the Niners are the biggest loser because they keep blowing leads?
They gotta be. They were up 23-10.
Okay.
Going into the third.
So who's the biggest one for you this week?
The biggest win, my biggest win is I'm gonna go with the Vikings. They just find it a way.
Went across the pond to beat somebody.
They just finding a way.
Went across the pond to beat Aaron Rodgers and them, bro.
We can go back to before the season started. I don't think nobody would have
nobody.
And they're doing it with defense.
If you would have gave me at the beginning of the season who's more prone between the two teams that played, between the Jets and the Vikings.
Yep.
If you would have told me who's going to have a better record at this time, I would have definitely gave you the Jets. And I think we spoke so highly on the Jets because of their defense and because of the additions that they had.
Exactly.
Like Hassan Reddick still hasn't played. I don't even know what Hassan Reddick looks like in a Jets uniform.
They might as well just let him go.
Yeah, like listen, man. I mean, the Eagles are on the horde talking about, man, give us back Hassan. Y'all can take Bryce. Like it's crazy. But for me, the biggest loss to me is the Bills. Is the Bills because of the play call.
Yeah.
That play call. First of all, you're in your own end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you still passing the ball? You have James Cook. James Cook ain't no loaf as a running back. Even if you're gonna pass it, why are you not running short routes Like y'all going for home run hitters trying to get yourselves within midfield.
It's a lot of faith in Josh though, so you got to look at that. And
Man,
they're going to roll with their guy. That's their leader.
But you don't give. But then you look on the other side. You have C.J. Stroud, who has a loaded offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if one of the wide receivers go down, he still has a loaded offense. It's crazy. They have it, bro.
They have it.
Like it's really wild to me that y'all would even throw. You're in your end zone.
Mm-hmm.
So one, you're already risking the chance of a interception or a fumble or a safety. There's no reason that you should be risking that this late in the game, especially when I believe all you had to do was go to overtime. Like you could have just went to overtime and just played it out in overtime. But I think that plays a little bit into Josh Allen's character because his overtime stuff ain't really. he can't get it done in overtime.
Can't get it done,
which is wild because he's having a really great season as of late. But that was just not a good win in my opinion. The biggest winner for me has to be the Commanders. They're proving week in and week out that they're a serious team. Yeah. And not the Vikings also can be lumped in. Shoot, the Broncos played pretty well. Like, and they destroyed it's the Raiders, but given what the Broncos have versus what the Raiders have on defense, like you would just assume they would just have a better chance. But there's so many ones who I could have picked, but I picked the Commanders because Jaden Daniels is just like lights out, bro. He's and I don't know if it's because of that so-called VR training, if that's giving him a leg up, which is wild because I think me and you had this conversation. If you give a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes that technology, if you give a Jalen Hurts that technology, if you give Josh Allen that technology, does it make every other quarterback better, or do you think Jaden Daniels is just on a different level of being a quarterback? Like
the thing with Jaden Daniels is he's been using it already.
Yeah.
He's using it at LSU. So for him, which is I commend the Commanders for that.
That NIL money
for you. I saw what you did down there with that. Oh yeah, we're bringing that in when we draft you. So I feel like that's going in. Like you spend these high draft picks on quarterbacks, you got to make sure they're prepared.
There's no way that the Commanders organization did not call down to LSU. And when they were in the drafting process, so tell me how he works. Tell me what he really does. And then they probably, at the first week, they were like, bro, this ain't going to work. You got him playing a video game. Kid. And if you look at it, cats are getting paid to play video games.
You got to look, though. So that's mental reps that you're taking, though.
He said, bro, when he said it, when you sent the clip of him talking about it, I was like, oh, that's wild. But this is like, that's next level training. When you see C.J. Stroud and everybody's laughing at even going back to Dak when everybody's laughing at the way you exercise and the way you move, but then it correlates to you having a 4,000 yard season or a C.J. Stroud having every single athletic ball known to man on the field, has a golf club for some reason on the field, and then you're just like, well, that's odd, but then it seems to be working. So then you got these younger guys that are coming up that are in college, that are in high school. Like, man, let me see if that translates to my game. Let me see if that can assist with my game. Bro, this is about to get scary.
Yeah.
Robotic football is right around the corner. If we using VR.
I mean, that's the way we going with the way they trying to do with this safety stuff in the league.
Bro, no, that's going to get wild, man.
I feel like with the VR stuff, it's like a added layer to watching tape, because like you watching tape, you can only watch so much tape.
You know what would be crazy, and I don't know how far they're away with the technology on this, but having game tape instilled in the VR, like you playing back every little mental rep that you took. Oh, and then they're correcting it as you're using. Like you got the coach like, okay, you went here, but you're supposed to go here, and then you see
think about that,
bro. It's a wild concept because
you can run it back from your eyes, and see what you missed,
bro. There's crazy. That would be, but bro, there's no way that we're. Man, we might have just came up with something. Came up with something patent pending, bro. But it's just it's fun to see how the game is evolving. Like everybody's like, oh, the run game. The run game's supposedly been dead for the last 7 seasons, but Derrick Henry is a constant reminder. And then you got guys still breaking for 100 yards. Christian McCaffrey, when he does get back, is going to be someone who's a dual threat in the game. You got Alvin Kamara, who can still run in between the tackles, but also catch the ball on the slot.
I don't think it's pretty much dead. I just think we're just in a pass happy league where it's like everybody wants the big play. So
listen,
I feel like that's
so if we're in a pass happy league, right? Why are so many people critiquing so much on interceptions if we're going that route? Because it's a turnover, right?
It's a turnover.
Why don't we think that if we're going to pass more, that you're going to have more turnovers?
I don't critique them as much because now when you used to see quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Peyton and Tom back in the day, and they throw the ball 50 times a game, that was an anomaly. Like, why would he throw the ball 50 times a game? That's regular now.
Tom Brady and so you said Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had Edgerrin James, and he had who else did he have? He had a few other guys as running backs. But during that time,
Dorsett.
He had Dorsett and all that. Right during that time, you were still running the ball on first and second down. I believe so. At the end of his career, though,
he had Monroe too.
Yeah, there's a few cats.
He had
some great. Bro, there's somebody who's right on the right on the tip of my cap, and I can't really listen. I can't think of him right now, and I don't know why. Because he didn't have Ricky. But as I was saying,
he had some guys.
Yeah, he had some guys. We're just gonna go with that. Y'all can fact check us later. I ain't really here for the fact checking right now. But what I'm saying is, like you said, that was an anomaly. Him passing for 35 times a game, 40 times a game. Even the reason it was an anomaly is because the running back still got 26 touches a game. So he was like, you going from a league where you were running the ball on first down, running the ball on second down, and if you were close enough, you might run it on third down, to passing it on first down, maybe running it a draw on third down, but you're running it with the quarterback because your quarterback's mobile enough to move. Bro, it's just so many things, man. And with that being said, man, we got a lot of things on the rise for the league other than just the talent. We got some teams and some players on the rise. Who is on your radar now that wasn't on your radar? That wasn't on your radar when we first started.
As far as teams,
either teams or players.
We go teams. We go team and player. Freaking Jaden Daniels.
Rip, bro. He comes. Like, bro, he's the first one that like really brings forth to mind. Like, because he's just. It's just, bro. It's a pleasure watching him play, bro. It's like even though it's for a rival team, I'm just with me being a Cowboys fan, I'm just like, yeah, he's got it. But I didn't think he didn't have it back at LSU. I think he actually in some mock drafts he was set to go first overall.
See, I didn't think he. So watching him at LSU was like, okay, you see it, but he had a lot of players around him. I just didn't think that was going to translate to the league this fast.
Okay,
this fast. So seeing it right now, like he might have the best completion rate. I think he does have the best completion rate in the league right now.
So you going with the Commanders? Yes. You going with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels?
77% completion rate, and he's right in the thick of it as far as yards. So efficiency.
Yeah, that's efficient.
QBR is up there.
That's
also
efficient as hell.
One of the highest QBRs as well.
Yep.
So you got to tip your hat to him, as a rookie to come in and do this. And I mean, hopefully it starts becoming the norm. We seen that last year with Stroud. Now you've seen it with Jaden Daniels. Hopefully, it might be someone with that number 2 pick. That might be what it be.
Listen,
it's a chip on their shoulder. I think the second quarterback coming over, I should say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go with a quarterback. I mean, I'm not gonna go with a player per se. I might actually go with a division. The NFC South are gonna they're looking really well. Like they're looking really good. You got 2 teams sitting at 3-2. You got I think you actually got 3 teams that might be sitting at 3-2. The Saints are also 3-2, right?
I think they might be.
2-3. Yeah, but even still, that's still enough time to turn it around. And then you got Carolina, who was going to be Carolina. Excluding Carolina, I think they have a good chance of either just duking it out for that number 1 spot. That's really a 3-team race, in my opinion.
I think so.
That's a legit 3-team race. Also, you get to beat up on Carolina 2 times. Like, so you automatically, low key, you might actually get 2 wins. 2 wins on brick, right? They're like that division is definitely on the rise. The Vikings, of course, like Sam Darnold found his team. Bro. You can't say he hasn't.
Only reason I make that face is because it's their defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is giving everybody fits. It's like the OCs and the quarterbacks and the other officers, they can't figure out what to do against that defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot of the time what's going on. Because they're in dogfights. It's not like they're just blowing everybody apart.
Mm-hmm.
But he is doing his part.
Yeah.
Protecting the ball, putting points on the board. That's all you can ask him to do. He's managing the game as you're supposed to do. So
yeah,
I just feel like they're going to go back to that young boy once he gets healthy.
I mean, yes and no. You have to see how Sam Darnold is playing at the time, because you don't want to ruin chemistry of the team.
Oh, he's done for the season.
Yeah, for sure. But even next year, like if Sam Darnold leads them to a playoff and leads them to a playoff victory, especially in a playoff where you can possibly have a home game, Minnesota's gonna love that, bro. Minnesota shows up and shows out during the playoffs. A lot
of draft capital again.
Spend a lot of cheddar. JJ. It's gonna be JJ's time. Soon go. But speaking of rookie quarterbacks, going forward, Drake May is finally going to get his first chance to start for the Patriots. He's going to get his first debut. Let me just say this right off the bat. I'm going to start with this one. I wish it was against a different team. I think they probably should have played him against a different team instead of the Texans, who are rolling at 4-1. I think it's more so just to see what the kids got. I don't think they really expect too much out of the Patriots after with them having a new head coach. It's his first year after the Bill Belichick regime and era. So they just really want to see what they have in this young kid. I actually think he's going to play well throughout the rest of the season. I think you just had to give Jacoby Brissett the nod, but I think it's low key. I think he might be a little bit hurt.
Bridge. Yeah, it was a bridge.
And he didn't play super terrible the games he did play in. Yeah, so
they don't have anything.
Who was he throwing into?
Me, I probably would have held him out until next week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, I would have definitely give him a game where it looks like
give him a chance.
Like, it's cool. But who's to say, because the Texans haven't really been playing top-notch football lately. Sunday was just like it was something to watch, man. It was something to watch. They squeaked away with a dub because of more so the Bills' whole play calling situation. Doug McDermott, get your ish together, bro, because that's crazy. Why are you throwing it? Is it?
He's a defensive coach.
Yeah, he's wild, bro. Whoever the offensive coordinator is, bro, he should have been on the top of block along with Robert Saleh, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, so can he turn? So do we think Drake May can turn the tide for the Pats?
I don't think they have anything.
There's not enough offensive weapons. Like they just sat Ramondre Stevenson down because he had fumbled. Like he was low key their top offensive weapon.
See me, I don't be into the hype of these young quarterbacks. Like he had a lot of hype in college.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like if you didn't win in college, what makes you think you're gonna win in the league?
I mean,
like in today's standards, to where it's like you can win. Like back in the day, you had quarterbacks that it was full team football. Now, where it's like it's a lot of offensive heavy, and you got the NIL and things going there. You can win with just having a good quarterback. We've seen it year in and year out. So you
don't know why a dope quarterback has just like a group of okay receivers, and they're undefeated for 8 weeks straight.
Like for me, I feel like I want to see those glimpses. I don't want to see you're just chucking through the season. No, I want to see you really put numbers up.
And that may have to take another. That's definitely going to be an off-season thing. Yeah. What you can acquire during the off-season, we know that they're probably not going to be afraid to spend money.
Why did they spend it this year?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I want to give you a good answer, but I thought they were gonna actually be like, bro, there's some wide receivers out there. Devante Adams was in talks with low key. I We're gonna talk about that in a while. But yeah, man. So no, okay. But man, good luck to you, Drake, mate. I wish you nothing but the best. I just have a thing about like coming from schools that are known as basketball schools, quote unquote. He went to North Carolina. He didn't really go to. He played in the ACC. Like there are good teams in the ACC. Don't get me wrong. You got Clemson. You got Clemson, and that's where it really is for me. Florida State used to be good.
I mean, but it's a reason why Florida State was left out of the playoff last year after being undefeated. So you got to look at that.
They had a lot of questionable losses.
Yeah, but
too.
you got to look.
And
at
then
it.
when you're going up against like a Big 12 or a Big 10 or SEC team, ACC is an afterthought after those three divisions to me. Like I don't really be thinking other than Clemson. Clemson is the only team that really gets notoriety, and that's just because of like what they did when all those other guys were there. They still stayed relevant because they weren't losing a whole bunch of games.
They got a great coach.
Yeah. So bro, he's awesome. I feel like low key, he's so comfortable there that he doesn't even want to ruin it by coming to the NFL. Like he's like, yeah, I'm locked in. It's whatever.
Making tons of money.
Bro, that's not bro. I just don't have a like on the college level, players are making more than coaches now, and on the NFL level, NFL players been making more than coaches. Self-coached teams are about to be like, y'all coach yourselves. I'm gonna come in one day, I'll just be like, you know what, y'all just coach yourselves. Y'all making up like a $40 million player not doing what I asked him to do.
Exactly.
Because I'm the coach. Oh, you think I gotta listen to you because you're the coach? Is a crazy lie to me, bro. That's wild. Like that would never be said in high school, but like, yeah. On to the NFL news. The hot takes for this week. Robert Saleh got fired.
Coach Slayer.
the Coach Slayer strikes again, bro. It's wherever he goes, pain and misery follows, bro. I'm sure Robert Saleh is gonna be in a darkness retreat soon. Like,
did you read the headline though,
bro? So at first they were like he had to be escorted out. The next thing, Aaron Rodgers didn't know anything. He wasn't made aware of anything before it happened.
He was in
clickbait,
there trying to turn shit up,
bro. They didn't let him address the team. They was like, yeah, your card doesn't work. You're not even able. They said he had to be escorted out by security.
That's the
wildest one.
I want to know what he did in there.
Yeah. Swinging at the owners out of pocket because they wanted to go. We're just going a different route.
Because then did you see the owner come out and make a message to Hassan Reddick?
If he doesn't play, what?
Nah, saying like, yeah, man, like, come on and come in now. Like, kind of like, this was the problem. Like,
there ain't no way. There's no way Robert Saleh was the issue.
He's like, hey, come on in. You know,
are we believing that though?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so
because his whole issue was money. Money's handled by the front office, not by a coaching staff, bro. I'm sorry.
It gotta be payroll.
There's not. That's like you calling your medical insurer and everybody for something that's happening wrong with your check.
Yeah.
No, you call HR, bro. I don't handle payroll.
But for you to fire your coach and then in that same day you come out and make a message like, hey, you need to get in your car.
Now you really trying to use
come drive up the highway.
You're trying to use that. That's clickbait,
like,
bro.
So I'm like, whoa, like what are y'all trying to say?
Don't believe the hype, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Was he the issue?
No, there's no way. A defensive-minded coach was the issue with a defensive player.
Hey,
man. An offensive player, I can understand. A defensive player, especially somebody of Hassan Reddick's caliber, given his seasons that he's had, no way. There's no way that he was the issue.
Something else not there.
Yeah.
But to fire him, it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, he hasn't won there. He's 20-36 over the last few years. But he hasn't had anything. Y'all went out and got what's his name? I just drew a blank.
Which one? Who?
Quarterback.
What position? Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Oh.
Quarterback they drafted.
Oh, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. You went out and got him. He wasn't who you thought he was.
And that could have just been a timing thing. It could have been a coaching. See, you know what befuddles me? It ain't to interrupt you. I just want to turn to you and just it befuddles me that it's so easy to get rid of players. It's so easy to get rid of players. Not saying that a player doesn't fit your scheme, your system, or anything of that matter. Because as soon as Aaron Rodgers got there, the first couple games, Zach Wilson looked okay.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like, oh, well, he had no pressure and this and that. I get it. But also, when Aaron Rodgers probably like, bro, we can simplify this. Like, if you got somebody who can teach you, or even somebody who isn't designated to be a mentor style, they can still mentor by doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just see what he's doing. Bro, sometimes a player just doesn't fit your system. You know, they don't fit your mold on what you want to do.
But that's the issue now. These
You-
OCs and these head coaches, these offensive-minded coaches is trying to, he doesn't fit the system, or he doesn't. No,
instead of making him fit,
you
right?
make your system fit him.
You know what's wild? With molding somebody like a rookie quarterback may be a little easier for certain coaches. Some head coaches may have an issue with like rookie quarterbacks because they're so young and they make a lot of mistakes. But who's a good example? I'll take Dak Prescott. Kellen Moore's offense wasn't. I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it was terrible because it gave us top 5 in the league offensive scoring, top 5 in the league in yards and all of that, right? But what was real high was also we were leading in turnovers.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy takes over the system. It's like, oh, Dak, I see what you've been doing. Let's use this system. Let's see if this fits you. Right? Same system he used with Aaron Rodgers and the later parts of Brett Favre's career. The little 3-step read, scan, dump off if you need to. Right? And what happened? The yards are still the same, right? Because he was already a 4,000 yard passer, high 3,000s, low 4,000s yard passer, right?
Protect the ball.
He's not second guessing himself. He's comfortable in the system. And sometimes that's what it takes. Sam Darnold, a terrible system in New York when he got drafted. A terrible system and culture when he went to Carolina, where you just like new culture regime. I think ownership was having their little issues back then, so he got up out of there, found a system that fits him. Gets with a coach that's like, okay, well, let's see what can happen. You can build around the guy that you want to be your main guy.
Perfect example of building around a player,
man,
is the Ravens.
Yep.
They've never had a quarterback like that before. You bring in Lamar Jackson.
Bro, they went from Joe to Lamar. And they're night and day, bro. They're night and day. Joe's a pocket guy. Lamar is not a pocket guy. Lamar can play in the pocket, yes. But that little spark that he has is mobility. So what did the head coach do? Oh, we're going to use that. A defensive-minded coach, which is why I think all defensive-minded coaches, being head coaches, thrive a little bit more than offensive-minded coaches because you're thinking more. You're thinking more, and then you're giving a lot of freedom. You're giving somebody some freedom to just ball. Like, go do you, bro. Awesome offensive coordinator ain't got to look over his shoulder a million times because the head coach ain't going to worry about calling calls.
Exactly.
So Robert Saleh, I think the whole situation was that offensive coordinator is lacking. But he didn't get let go. But Robert Saleh had to go. Like that one made a little more sense than a lot of these other firings before you got rid of certain players. Because normally it's the player goes first, but we knew Aaron Rodgers wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, I think if you clean house, I think you only clean the house to like at the end of the season. You're not doing that like week 5.
But to
week
fire
6.
him right now,
it's gonna be pointless. Like
it's not like catastrophic to the point where it's like, oh yeah, this guy has to go.
Yeah,
like
I think you could have fired him week 8, week 9, week 10.
Like you could have let him go through the season, just didn't bring him back.
But then, so I think either they feel like they could make a turnaround in their division. They have a chance.
A-Rod doesn't look like A-Rod though.
In their division, they still have a chance though. Like if you think about their division, Miami is on a downslide. Who else is in their division? The Bills are the Bills. They're going to be up there. And who's the last team? The Patriots. And the Patriots are on a rebuild, right? On a rebuild year. So yeah, maybe you can make a turnaround. I just don't think. Yeah. Do we feel okay? Question: do we feel this is going to have a negative or a positive effect on the team with him being fired?
That's hard to ask because it's like I don't really follow them that closely to know if the coaches, if the players are buying into him, and if that's like an energy guy for them.
Yeah.
So
I've seen, you know what's wild? I've seen way more coaches like be more active, and he's somebody who I used to see all the time when he was a defensive coordinator and with San Fran. Like I used to see his face all the time. As soon as he got to the Jets, I just really ain't see him pulling people. And then there was that little weird interaction between him and Aaron Rodgers, where Aaron Rodgers like did the like on his chest. I was like, you're wild, bro. Like that's your head coach, and then everything is scrutinized and everything has
especially with you.
Oh my god! And on the sideline, this is what photographers are looking for, bro. This is what photographers are looking for. They're looking for a story. And every press team in America is looking for a story. So it's
they haven't even got the doors blown off them now. I can see if they was like
they've been in close games.
They lost to the Niners. That was the season opener.
How much they lose by?
32-19.
Okay,
it's just double digit. But other than that, the other two losses 10-9 and 23-17.
Yeah, that's
not like it's the Vikings.
The 10-9 one is goofy. The 10-9 one was goofy. No, the 10-9 one was goofy because they had a chance to win.
Yeah,
and I think low key either they missed a field goal or Aaron Rodgers got picked off.
Yeah,
bro, but he doesn't look the same. He doesn't look the same. Garrett Wilson finally had a great game, like after so many weeks, but it still resulted in a loss.
He's not number one either.
You think Allen Lazard is the number one, or you don't think him?
No, him. He's not a number one.
He's
he's a compliment. He's a compliment receiver.
Do you think it's because he's just the best receiver on that team that he's forced to be the number one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna totally agree with that because I feel like he's a gamer.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, he's definitely
a Buckeye, man. You already know
that guy.
And
he hasn't really been able to showcase his talent just because of how the lackluster of this.
Watching him in Ohio State, it's a compliment. Like the route tree he runs, what he brings to it.
He's an excellent route runner.
He's perfect.
I think he's a great route runner.
He's great.
Great route runner.
But he's not going to be your number one. I'm gonna go with. It's third and long. We need a first down. I'm going right to him every single time.
Yeah, you got to get him in space too. I think he's wired out that you got to get in space.
Yep.
I think it doesn't. I think, like you said, it's too soon to tell if it's going to have a positive or a negative output. If they play well, maybe it's a positive. But if they play well this week and then the rest of the week they dog water, it could be just because of who they playing against.
Exactly.
It could be just like it could be any number of things. It isn't easy to win in this league, but it isn't too hard to lose either.
Yeah,
it's not, especially this season. This season tells us anything, and I'm going to keep saying it.
All over the place.
Like anybody can lose to anybody. Like it's just what it is. Man, that's enough about Robert Saleh. I don't want to keep talking about him. I know he's going to be great. I know he's going to get picked up as a defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah,
somewhere and that's going to be cool. Maybe that's just his lane to be in. Some people aren't head coaches. You need complementary pieces. It's just
Nick Sirianni. You're going to mess around and be next.
They getting rid of coaches, Nick. That's wild. He's not watching this, but I feel like he should be. He should be.
You better get it together.
He had a bye week. I think man, y'all got a tomato can this week, so we'll see. We'll see. No, and then hold up.
The perfect build up for
the wildest part is as soon as if I'm the Eagles defense and they're like, we're not changing. The Browns are like, we're not changing starting quarterbacks. I'm like, yes. I don't need no weird Jameis Winston magic happening, bro.
No.
I don't need like Jameis Winston giving an awkward pregame speech, and then all of a sudden it works. Eating dubs.
Yo.
That's wild, bro.
You don't need nothing out of the ordinary,
bro,
man.
I think low key what's going to happen is they're like, oh, he's the starter, and then Friday comes, it's like, you know what? We don't like his trade, but bro, he's had bro, he's terrible, bro. I'm sorry. Side note, bro, like he looks really bad. He's had 2 games this season with a single-digit QBR rating. I got a nephew who can't even walk yet, who could get a single-digit QBR rating.
I mean, he's looked horrible.
Yeah, just
like
terrible,
we were talking
bro.
about it before. Just like he's just missing everything. But it's also
it's stuff like this that make Amari Cooper one that's going to make Amari Cooper walk out the door.
But then also it's like he's getting sacked like crazy.
Yeah, the offensive line is so it's like they're not giving him no help.
It's a little bit of both. But then, but when he has the opportunities to make those plays is not. being completed. So,
bro, no, the one pass for the touchdown he had to Jerry Jeudy, and then Jerry, like the first thing that came to my mind was like, "But you're supposed to be CD Lamb."
Yeah,
like you made the comment like, "Oh, I would be CD Lamb if I got the same number of opportunities, or if I had a great pass." I was like, "Huh?" In my head, I'm like, "Huh?"
He was like that at a bit.
Yes, he was like that at Alabama. But then
if
you look at other people that have went to Alabama, Smitty and the rest of them guys,
they doing their
thing, bro.
Doing their thing,
bro. Smitty has done it with a backup.
Shoot,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Even doing it right now.
Like,
so
come on, man. It's just wild, bro. It's wild, man. But now to the creme de la creme. The creme de la creme.
That's a perfect plug too. What we're talking about right now.
Listen, talking about wide out, talking about wide receivers. Devante Adams. There's talks, man. There's talks in the NFL universe that are saying that Devante Adams wants out of Vegas.
I mean, I think he said it. I mean,
yeah, he did. I think he was the one.
We've seen enough clips,
bruh.
Like I've seen enough clips.
I've seen more Taco Bell commercials for Devante Adams than actual plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild, right? It's really a wild situation. Like it. So just taking aside his what's the names, right? Taking aside his information. He has man, this is wild. So first of all, what do you think is the best landing? What, like if we're GMs, right, in the NFL, if you're a GM, what's the best landing spot in your mind for him?
From what I see, I'm gonna go all the way something different that nobody probably gonna say. We all know everybody's screaming Jets. Everybody's screaming Jets because the Aaron Rodgers connection. That makes sense. They do need him. Exactly what I'm saying as far as Garrett Wilson not being number one. I feel like Devante comes there, his production goes through the roof.
I don't know why everybody's saying Jets. Just because they played together, doesn't mean they're set to win Super Bowls together. They have never won a Super Bowl.
I feel like
that's wild, right?
But I feel like the fit's there as far as like what's around them. You have Breece Hall, you have Garrett Wilson. I feel like that works. Like you're going to help that
it's a full team. Yeah, it's a full team.
I feel like that works. But for me, if he wants to win, and I will probably go through a wall if this was to happen.
Oh, please say it.
I feel like his best situation for him is to go to Dallas.
Let's go! I knew it!
I feel like that's his best situation.
No.
I feel like going down there, you're not forced to be number one. Mm-hmm. CD's going to get his compliments, but you're also going to compliment him as well because CD can run everything underneath.
But then you also have Brandon Cooks, who still can play. Jalen Tolbert is emerging as a legitimate wide receiver, as an actual threat as a wide receiver and a playmaker.
The only thing you guys would be missing at that point is a running back.
Yep.
So it's like I feel like if you want to win, I feel like that's probably the best situation for you because they're already built.
Bro, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say if that happens, you won't be the only one that goes to that wall. I'm moving to Dallas. I'm not staying here. Yo, there's no way I'm missing that. There's no way.
I would hate to see that.
The best,
but it's like, that's the best situation.
The best landing spot for him, I feel like, and I was low key. The easy answer for me was going to be Dallas. Mm-hmm. I don't like the whole. First of all, following Aaron Rodgers. You could have low key if they would have just sent him to just the first time. Aaron Rodgers would have just met him there. Yeah. Then they would have been okay. But they never won Super Bowls together. Y'all been there, tried that. It's okay, bro. This ain't Lambeau. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay to meet new people, to want to get a pass from a new quarterback. It's okay, bro. Like also the Derek Carr situation. You see how well that worked out for you in Vegas. And you were one of the catalysts that got him up out of there.
To go back.
It's wild, bro. Trying to get into a time. What is up with guys trying to get into a time machine, acting like whatever happened didn't already happen? Bro, y'all played together at Fresno State. Yeah. You guys are far removed from Fresno State.
Two different players, men, two different
paychecks, 2 different pay stubs, 2 different tax brackets. Like No, bro. I don't see that happening. I would hate. I don't think he should rejoin either of them. Just in my opinion.
I feel like they got the ammo to go get him.
And they got the. I feel like the Saints have the money. I feel like that he may be asking for the possible the best landing spot. I feel like would be awesome for him. Ooh, I'm gonna say a team like the Cardinals could use him.
I don't think he goes there.
I don't think he goes there, but I feel like if you look at the structure, my whole thing is the structure of the team. Who?
He signed, right?
Who? Marvin?
No,
Devante?
Yeah. Also, then he probably don't got a choice where he going.
That's true.
He signed already.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, if he had leverage, if he had to re-sign,
bro, they're trying to get rid of him for a second round draft pick. That's what the rumor mill says.
That's a lot. I don't see them biking up a second.
Bro, it also depends. It also depends where your second round pick is. If I'm at the mid to the bottom of the draft for the second round, I'm okay with sending that pick to Vegas.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know what they ain't gonna do with it is use it. They gonna use it, but they ain't gonna use it. You know what I mean? A lot of their picks don't pan out to be who they pan out to be.
And I saw a lot of Eagle stuff too for Adams. I don't
think y'all can afford it. I think that wide receiver room gets
how you can make that work. If one thing you're gonna do is make that work.
We're gonna have an episode where we just talk about how you
gonna make that work.
Because y'all went from I was around when y'all was cussing this fool out.
Yeah.
How you go from Howard to coward to Howard to hero? Because it only take one season. Not
even that. It's just his how he structures the cap.
He definitely
he works the cap.
But he owed y'all. He
did.
He still owes y'all.
But he did right. Because he don't hit on draft picks.
I'm not over the Rager pick. I'm not over it. I'm not, and it didn't happen to my team. I sat there, bro. Y'all made that pick, and I'll never forget. I was on the phone with B. I never forget that pick, bro. And I was like, "Who the hell is?"
I mean, I knew who he was.
I didn't know who he was. I did not know who he was.
But to his credit,
to TCU, bro.
To his credit,
no credit. I'm sorry.
We didn't use him the way that they should have
used him. You should have used him as a third round pick. Y'all should have used him. Y'all should have picked him as a third round.
On the outside,
y'all picked him as a third round. Y'all picked him too early.
Gimmick guy.
Y'all picked him picked him too early when there were way better wide receivers available. And that was the issue. That was his downfall.
That Jay Jettas pick.
That's going to be. Bro,
that's going to be his downfall no matter where he goes. Is the fact that
you're always going to be tied. You're always going to be tied. And low key, Jettas might be like, I don't even know him. Like, I don't even know that guy. They're teammates, so that's the only reason why he knows him. And he still ended up as his teammate. Ain't that wild? Like, bro, he probably got there and was like, I used to hate you, right?
Yeah, now that pick was horrible.
No,
but
man.
I just don't see it working there.
Back to Devante Adams though. I think the Cardinals will be a great landing spot only because of the fit of the team. I feel like you got a young emerging wide receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. You have a solid running game with Kyler and Connor, like that little dual threat because we know Kyler ain't afraid to run it.
Yep.
He damn sure ain't afraid to pass it right now. Like he ain't never Kyler Murray ain't never seen a pass that he didn't like. Like let's just keep it a buck. You was at the Eagles game, bro. Still a little salty. But no, I think that just fits a little well. And then I feel like with the teams they have to play, because their defense can't hold like teams like to a low score, I feel like they have to outscore people. They have to. If you get into a shootout, why not have a complementary weapon to like let Marvin Harrison Jr. get his footing as a complementary weapon, as a number two, where if Devante Adams is the number two, that's a great number two. You got a number one wide receiver playing the two. Like, so it's just, it works out. I think it works out.
I just feel like him and A-Rod are one and the same, and they belong together.
Man,
I feel like I feel like
they ain't win. How many Super Bowls they got?
I'm not talking about as far as like their personality. They
understand each other?
No. I'm talking about their personality. Like, they're low key dicks. Like excuse me, language, but that's what they are.
Two a-holes belong together.
Like they a-hole. Like that's
You know what's wild? I think low key he just wants to go there so he can be the freshest dressed bull on the team. Because Aaron Rodgers ain't got no swag, bro. He wore a wheat thins outfit, winning the MVP award.
Yeah,
He looked like a Trisket. They said when they said he looked like a Trisket, I was off. But no, I don't. They've not won any Super Bowls together.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about their play.
They've not made
I'm
no
just talking about their
NFC championship
personalities.
appearances.
Like they're one of the you seen the wide receiver thing is like
oh man, he's
him going off the way he's talking. I get that fat
on the sideline, bro. On the sideline, and
y'all mid game.
I don't think cats really understand. Like you're a number one wide receiver. If you were a number 3, cats would be like, man, shut your ass up.
Seal your chest.
Yeah, bro. Like you wearing a captain's, bro, and that crest means a lot to a lot of people. And some of these guys be overlooking that. Like, be like, well, man, if we wasn't so bad, bro, who's to say that your words didn't already diminish the team?
Exactly.
Like, words have power, and I don't think these cats be understanding, man. Like, so now it's come to that point in time, man. Enough about Devante Adams. I hope he does sign to the Cowboys. I hope, bro. Jerry, if you ain't gonna do anything, hold on, let me get myself right. Jerry, if you ain't gonna do anything else, if you're not gonna listen to somebody saying bring a running back in, or bring in an edge rusher when Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence went down, if it's able to be done, make it happen, my guy.
Nah, y'all
make
need
it happen. We need a running back.
You need a running back
and an edge rusher. Yeah, we can. But low key, we wouldn't need that if we had Devante. Yeah. I put CD Lamb in the backfield a few times. If you give me Devante,
he been back there already.
Yeah, bro. And he's actually able to run it, bro. He's actually solid at running the ball. But also, what's his name had a pretty good game. Hopefully that can continue. This past week, Rico Dowdle, he rushed for 89 yards, which is like one step closer to 100. 11 off, and I feel like low key, if he doesn't get, he got smacks.
What's going on with Zeke, yo?
It might just be done. It might just be done for him, man. I hate to say it, and I don't want to say that because, bro,
it's the interception.
Bro, you already know.
It's the interception play for me.
The center joint?
No.
Which one?
They threw the pick. He's running to get the tackle.
It just
catches down. He runs right by the like he runs right by the person. Like what's going on? Like
he's getting up there in age. he forgot how to tackle.
It pains me, bro.
Yeah, like, it really that, bro. Watching his decline was crazy because when you know
Zeke
that he was one of the ones, bro. One of the ones, bro.
He's gonna be the next one, and it's like
Henry 3 seasons,
like
3 seasons, which is wild because Roger Goodell could have gave him one of them, bro. I feel like that suspension year was a headache for me because I'm like, dang, that could have been 4 straight seasons of my dog getting 1,000.
But he had a lot of track.
Yeah, there's
taking off his tires in college.
Yep.
We gave him a lot of carries. So
they used every single one of them up, man.
Mm-hmm.
But man, enough about Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. They are back to being the Dallas Cowboys. I gave them a couple weeks to redeem themselves. We'll see how it goes this weekend, man. And with that being said, that brings us to our Week 6 picks. That just real Week 6 picks. It just works. Yeah. First, we're going to start out with the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Yeah, we unanimous on that. 49ers.
We both went with the 49ers on that one. Jags and the Bears. I'm going to go we unanimous with the Bears. Bucks and the Saints. I took the Buccaneers.
Yeah, we went Bucks. Spencer Rattler. Yeah.
Oh, we both went Bucks because the Saints have an injury at quarterback, Derek Carr, and Spencer Rattler is the starter. So I feel like Baker Mayfield is still starting. So yeah, the Bucks should have that one, in our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders and Ravens.
Who you take?
Shoot, I don't even remember. I'm gonna take that's gonna be a good game.
I think so.
And then you're close enough for both. They're right in the same vicinity.
My
God, the DMV is going to be lit.
DMV,
my God, bro. I'm picking Ravens. I don't even know, man, because the defense for the Ravens has been sketchy. So people can score on them.
I'm picking Ravens purely off the fact that the Commanders are in the division. And I want them to lose. I
need them to lose. I need them to low-key be 3-3. I need them to be 3-3.
What I'm going off for this week with this pick. Like, I need them to lose at this point. Like, they're 4-1. Nah.
4-1.
We got to get back in this. Nah.
I need them 4-2.
Matter of fact, I need Lamar to have one of them games.
One of them games, like where he runs for 2 and throw for 2. I need that. I'm gonna go Ravens too, just off of pure. Just for Jake Daniels, you have fans here at this on this podcast. We're not fans of the Commanders regime. Dan Quinn, you're my guy. But no, I don't need you. I don't need you taking the Cowboys playoff spot. I don't need that. Because the way it's looking, only one person from the NFC East might get that playoff spot.
Yep.
A solid 2, depending on who it is.
It might be 1 this year. The way
It
it's
might
looking.
be. Yeah, it's. We'll see how it goes.
The
But
NFC North is they all got winning records.
Yep. And that's the only thing that might what's the name? Because we know. And then if you look at the NFC South, they only 1 or 2 games away from each other. It's wild, right? But we'll digress. We'll have to get to that one another time. We got the Cardinals and Packers. I went with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I went with the Cardinals. Also.
So we're unanimous with the Cardinals. Even though it's at Lambeau, is it getting cold? I don't know, man.
It's not too cold.
Yeah. We're gonna keep with the Commanders. I feel like they're playing great. Not taking nothing away from the Packers, but I just
he's still coming off that injury. So.
Yep. And he looked a little shaky the first half of that. He looked a little shaky, like he was trying to overplay it.
Interceptions, man. Mm-hmm. He got to protect the ball.
Man, that's a ongoing trend. Jesus. Colts and Titans. I'm going with the Colts. I'm never going to go with the Titans. I'm sorry. They could have the favorable. It could be the Colts. It could be the Jaguars versus the Titans. I'm picking the Jags, bro. It's all free.
I can't go Titans.
It's gotta go. Gotta go Colts.
Levis be out there doing anything.
Joe Flacco's playing well as a backup. Will Levis was playing terrible as a starter. What is going on?
He be doing anything.
Just doing anything. Got the best. He got his meme game is crazy.
Yo,
his meme game is crazy.
They said that's what he playing for,
bro. The funniest one was the benching where he's like sobbing and crying, bro. His whole face is just like, dude. Like,
that was you who said that to me, right? Yeah.
Said clear. They talking about dang, the Titans are off this weekend. That's what they was worried about, not about the gameplay. We ain't gonna get a Will Levis meme. That's out of pocket, bro. But yeah, Will Levis get well soon. Texans and the Patriots were unanimous with the Texans. Good luck to you, Drake May. Browns and Eagles. I'm going Eagles.
You know where I'm going.
Because why?
Homer.
hold on, I got you. Go ahead. Let him know. Hold on, I got you. Go ahead.
Homer.
he don't mean
where he going.
Know where he going. He going with the Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles as well. I think the Browns are just on a super decline. They're either playing for the first pick or just don't.
They
care.
just don't look good.
Yeah, it's just offense and defense,
and they're forced to play them because of everything they gave up. At this point, it's like, you might want to go.
I told you that was the case. It's more so you're just playing them because you're paying them.
Face. You gotta save face.
You're playing them because you're paying them. That's it. That's what it comes down to, bro. Chargers and Broncos. We're split on this. Only because the Broncos are they have a winning record right now, if you guys didn't know. And they're playing at Mile High.
That's rough.
Yeah, that the high altitude, bro.
Because you're going to Mile High.
Yep.
Their defense is playing.
And they're on a roll right now because they I think they won the last 2.
But you also got a hard ball coach team who, hard nosed.
And there ain't gonna be no quit.
Yep.
And he knows what to do.
I feel like the team that wins is gonna be based off of quarterback play.
Who has the better quarterback? Stats would show the Chargers have the better quarterback, right?
Stats and experience, but he hasn't played that way in the last.
That's what I'm saying. So
year. So
right now, I would edge it to Bo, just purely because Bo is playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Bo isn't having a lot of issues. Like after I don't know, Pat is playing well, but the Chargers defense ain't no loaf. Let me see that. Did they play last week? I don't think they played last week either. I think they had the bye. No, they played. They
did play last week.
Yeah, they played. Hold on, I'm not seeing them.
They didn't play last week?
No, they didn't. They were coming off a bye. Chargers. Take Chargers.
Take Chargers?
Yeah, teams coming off a bye normally. You get a little rest. That's the only reason really why I took y'all.
I'm gonna tip over.
That's why I took y'all.
I'm gonna tip over to Denver then.
Ooh, shaking it up this week.
I'm gonna tip over to Denver.
Shaking it up this week.
I think we unanimous on everything else though.
Yeah, everything else it's either gonna be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
We got the Steelers and Raiders. We're unanimous on the Steelers. We're unanimous on the Falcons versus the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Dalton, you had a good run. Lions and Cowboys were split.
Oh yeah,
we're
split on this one.
I took the Cowboys because I'm a homer. I'm a homer. D took the Lions because he's a hater. So
Pretty much.
I picked this team. He ain't gonna pick mine.
Pretty much.
I don't think he's picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, I gave you a nod as the best, landing spot for Adams. I can't give y'all too much.
So that's our dub for the week. He said, no, I'm not giving them too much. That's wild.
I just feel like Detroit has.
I feel like
they got a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yep, and that's gonna be a lot to stop. And you got
two running backs. You got a couple receivers.
It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game.
Good tight end.
Yep.
They're just built. It's gonna come down. That game's gonna come down to defense.
Yeah, it has to.
Who can get a stop?
And either defense can get a stop.
Yeah.
Like if either can, because you got two offenses that are just now, and the Cowboys haven't really just picked it. They haven't picked it up just yet. It's going to happen. I'm as a fan, I have to believe it's going to happen. Nealon just went down, so you either bring somebody in or you got to play with what we got. That's what it comes down to, because clearly our owner ain't going to spend no money. So we'll see.
He got all the money.
We'll see. He got all, bro. He's Mitch. I'm broke, baby. That's anytime we come to spending money or anything you don't want to spend. I'm broke, baby. That man said this. I'm broke, baby, out of pocket. But you can talk about. I ain't gonna talk about what out of pocket though.
Wow, bro, leave that where it was at.
Cass was looking at me like, "Yo, this your owner?" I was like, "I've never seen that man a day in my life."
He was wild for putting that clip out.
That's
he knew what he was doing. He put that
never.
Clip out.
That's not the kind of publicity. All publicity ain't good publicity. I don't care what you say. Bengals and Giants. Are we split on this one?
Nah, I took Bengals.
Malik Neighbors, if he's not playing, I don't really want to take the Giants.
I mean, Daniel Jones not playing horrible. He's still Daniel Jones. Though.
And they're not scoring touchdowns. That's the problem that I'm having. So I'm going to go Bengals because they can actually score touchdowns.
Shoot,
like
can they?
Just not when it matters.
Can they get a win?
That's the see. That's not scoring. Isn't their issue? Winning is their issue. That's what their issue is. And Bills and Jets. I think Josh Allen has to redeem himself because of that game.
I'm just starting not to like A-Rod. And I really like A-Rod.
It's an easy thing to do.
I'm just starting not to like him now.
He's defeated the Cowboys in so many playoff games that it just became a thing for me to do. So
I just feel like he's an a-hole.
Yeah, that wasn't my issue with him. He just kept beating the Cowboys. That was my only issue.
Like it's the arrogance. Like
he's arrogant as hell. And you want to know what's wild? He's so arrogant for somebody who only has one Super Bowl.
He only got one.
Like, and I think that's easy to say when you're playing against guys who don't have.
People still say he's the GOAT.
But like, who in the league has more than him? Like, there's a few people in the league that have more than him, but they're defensive players. What quarterback in the league has more Super Bowls other than Pat?
Shoot, Eli has more than him.
No. I'm talking about active.
I'm talking about in general. Oh, and active. Nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Starting quarterback, bro. Nobody. Being a Super Bowl quarterback is like
nobody. But my thing with him is like he has one.
Yeah,
he has great stats, but you only have one, and they say he's the GOAT.
Do you know what's the worst part? The year he won, their defense was like number 3.
But the thing
Clay Matthews on that defense.
The thing I was about to hit on it with is, if you're saying he's the GOAT, why are you not gonna say Drew Brees not the GOAT?
And you downplay Drew Brees.
He got one. He got every record.
Yep.
Before Tom, but Tom played how many years to get that?
Tom beat him like 3 seasons later, 2 seasons or 3 seasons later.
He can't be the GOAT. I mean,
he's not the GOAT for me.
Obviously, it's Tom.
Because stat wise, I know a few guys. Even the year he won that second MVP.
Yeah,
I think there were so many better offensive players. I think if you have to give it to a quarterback, Tom Brady had a better season.
You can stat stuff all you want.
Tom Brady had a better season.
The name of the game is when
he led in quarter. I think he led in every stat but like passing. But his team made the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He wasn't even at the award show because his team was getting ready for the Super Bowl. And then if you don't give it to a quarterback, Cooper Kupp had the best season out of any player. So his MVPs are his one MVP is null and void to me because that has an asterisk next to it, and that asterisk is it should have went to a couple. It's a few players it could have been.
He's a great player. He's a great quarterback.
I'm never gonna knock
I
him
just
for
wouldn't
what
say
he did.
I wouldn't say
He's not the GOAT though,
He's
bro.
not the GOAT.
If all it because you know what's wild to be the GOAT for the NBA and other sports, you have to have multiple championships, right? To be the GOAT for the NFL ain't the same thing. Come on, bro. Because before Tom, people were saying Joe Montana was the greatest quarterback to ever play.
See, the thing what it is, I think that nod for A-Rod to be the GOAT was just a lot of people's dislike for Brady. I was one of those at first. And then as you start to really watch him play and see the things that he puts into the game, it's like, oh nah, like Tom is really like that. Like I
wanted to hate him. I did. And I just have to respect the resume.
Yeah.
I have to respect his resume. I have to see that you won as a human off rip, right? You knew your money was coming back to you. So you took a pay cut just to make sure you had the right team on the field.
How many times you watched Tom win with nothing?
That's what I'm saying. So he took a pay cut to bring back guys he was just already familiar with. You took a pay cut to get Wes Welker in there. You took a pay cut to make sure Gronk stayed. I mean, that's strategy, bro. That's when you think about it on a different level.
The pay cut was never a pay cut, though. He was getting his bread.
Bro, he's gonna. But that's what I'm saying, bro. He's always gonna get his money. Yeah, he's always gonna get his money, bro.
He's just working the cap.
And bro, and can I just say him as an analyst now, and a voice on Fox in the booth.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious, but it's also cool as hell to see.
Yeah,
it's cool because you know what's wild about him. Even as a quarterback, he's not biased.
Yeah.
It's wild, bro. I thought he was going to be the most biased dude. Mm-hmm. He gives each team their credit.
Yeah.
Which is wild, bro. Like, Greg Olsen has no Super Bowls. Has none. Right? Mm-hmm. He's the worst person I've seen in the booth for me. Because you're just so one-sided each time. Yeah. Especially when, bro, next time the Cowboys play, he's calling, bro. But they're not going to do that. This is what they're going to do. Greg Olsen was calling all the games Tom Brady was originally calling. Like before Tom Brady got into the booth. So now that Tom Brady's there, Greg Olsen, you might not get on primetime television for a while. Like you might get the 1 o'clock game with Tom doing a 4. But you know, if Tom Brady and you are both doing a 1 o'clock game or you're both doing a 4 o'clock game, you know who's getting the TV time.
I mean, that's earned. Like, that's Tom. Like, come on, bro. That's the people want to see. So,
bro,
and he's not bad, and that's what I wanted to see.
I think people were because
not everybody can trend. Like
people like him so much more now that he's retired. Like, and I think people liked him more when he won his last Super Bowl. People were like, you know what? He's not that bad. Like that's what people in my mind be thinking. Because then I'm like, bro, he was never that bad. You guys were just haters.
Yeah, that's what it was,
bro. And then the fact
I was one of them. I ain't gonna lie to
you. One, I think a lot of people, Eagles fans hated him because of that one Super Bowl.
We beat him.
The Spygate Super Bowl, and y'all did beat him.
Got it back.
Yeah, he's only all his losses in the Super Bowl are to NFC East teams, and it kind of makes me feel proud. And it kind of makes me feel even worse that the Cowboys never got to that pinnacle to beat him as well. He should have got the full set, but the teams weren't good enough to make it. Sorry about that, Jerry. Teams weren't good enough. But back to the Bills and the Jets, man. I'm going with the Bills because I feel like Josh is going to have a better game.
Yeah.
The Jets are just all over the place. And then you have a fired coach. So that may help because you're playing in the middle lane.
Maybe you get a little.
You're playing in the the middle lanes? Yeah,
is this Monday night?
Yeah, they're the Monday.
They got to get flexed out of that.
Nobody try to watch that.
Somebody flex them out, yo.
Who's a better game?
Lions Cowboys.
Bro, I don't want that on prime time. I need that on 4 o'clock. I need that. Bro, the last prime time game we played.
Lions Cowboys would be big.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big game just because of the history. But they're a better team now too. So
Commanders Ravens. You can flex that one.
Yeah,
DMV area.
I know who I don't want to see on that, John. The Colts and the Titans. I ain't trying to see that bowl. Put that on Thursday. They should have put that one on Thursday night.
Nah, we don't need no Monday night game either.
They should have put that on a Tuesday afternoon. That Titans Colts game was gonna be trash. No, it might be good. It might actually be good. Let me shut up. And with that being said, man, that brings us to the end of our show. This week's fan fave. We're just gonna go with parlay players. Who you got, D? Who's a solid parlay player that you haven't already picked before? Because you're gonna go anybody Eagles. I already know what you're gonna do, bro. We're not doing it this week.
Nah, for real. For me, you gotta go anytime touchdown.
Anytime touchdown. Who?
Anytime touchdown.
You go pick Saquon.
Nah.
Bro, he let me down, bro. He let me down the week before last.
You gotta go Derrick Henry, yep.
Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. That's
Anytime
a solid
touchdown.
lock. Lock that in. And as B would say, bet the house. Bet the house.
Gotta go Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Anytime touchdown.
That's yours. Mine's is gonna be. Actually, I'm gonna pick Saquon. Honestly, anytime touchdown, Saquon. Smitty playing this week?
Everybody playing.
Ooh, y'all got the full team. Oh, AJ Brown. Anytime touchdown. Anytime touchdown.
You see what he posted?
Yep.
He posted Batman.
Yep.
Batman back.
All right, listen.
You gonna see what he do?
All right, wait. Don't come back. Don't come back. All too gun ho, man. You only them hamstrings, man. Hamstring injuries ain't no joke, man. But with that being said, you guys have tuned into another episode of the Unruly FAM Sports Podcast. As always, I'm Unruly A. I got my boy
D.
And we sending our love and shout outs to our homeboy Pusha B, no relation, and Unruly FAM, and we out.
We out.
Unruly Fam. Unruly Fam.